Hey, so I'm Bryce. This is going to be my first video for my media industries class. I'm going to talk about one of my favorite parts of the informal media economy. I've been watching it for about 10 years now. It's the hip hop mixtape circuit. That's what's been really important to breaking and establishing a lot of artists. We wouldn't have 50 Cent, Lil Wayne, T.I., ASAP Rocky, just about any artist nowadays that you can think of who's come along after really the early 2000s, right around 2001, 2002 is when we really see it. Um, they really, they probably came up through the mixtape circuit, or later now the internet, but that's really where it's just evolved to. Originally in the early to mid 90s, it would be um, focused more in the New York scene, with uh, radio DJs. People would either record their hip hop shows, or they would be produce or compiling freestyles, promos, exclusives, and putting together mixtapes. So we had people like DJ Doo Wop, DJ Clue, Funkmaster Flex, Tony Touch. But they're all from the New York scene, and it was a little different. It's more raw material. Um, and of course, Stretch Armstrong and Bobito Garcia, their show was very big to establishing that. People would stay up. It was a college radio show, be on 12 to 4. People would stay up and record that, and those tapes became sort of legends, because it would be just the best hip hop music that people would be just getting discovered because Stretch Armstrong and Bobito were really big hip hop heads. So it got distributed that way. But nowadays, and piece I was looking at, it's actually an event that happened quite a few years ago now in 2007. Um, so New York's really where where it starts, but down south for Southern hip hop is where a lot more of the independent uh, aspect of the mixtape genre or subsection of hip hop would really take off, because you don't have that same corporate structure for a New York or LA where you have labels to go to and do that. You have to independently distribute your music. Um, and this is why we had in the 90s again Cash Money Records and No Limit take off so much, because they were doing that. They were making a lot of money independently. That's why they were able to get 50-50 split deals on major record labels. Cash Money, of course, their $30 million advance on top of that. Full creative control, just unheard of things, because they were making so much money beforehand that they were doing a favor by signing on to the major labels. There was a time that No Limit Records would be putting out, a fairly highly charting album on Billboard just about every 2 weeks. Cash Money didn't have the same output, but No Limit, there was a time that it was insane how much music they were putting out. That's why Masterpiece still has hundreds of millions of dollars. He hasn't done anything in years that's really been noteworthy. Um, but in 2007, we had the arrest of Affiliates Music Group, which included DJ Drama, DJ Cannon, a few other people. But DJ Drama would be really known for the Gangsta Grills mixtapes, which is where we saw people like Young Jeezy and T.I. really establish their careers to the point that they're still going on and are very much major artists, not just in hip hop but pop music more so, and more so with Lil Wayne especially. He's really credited with the Dedication mixtapes, really revitalizing Lil Wayne's career. Um, but they would get arrested, and at that time they were really distributing a lot of mixtapes and doing a lot that way because they were so popular. Um, and when they got arrested, we would see on a large shift to the internet, and I would see on the most popular mixtape download site called DatPiff. So after 2007, you steadily see an increase in downloads there, um, where there was people making money, and record labels didn't. Some record labels didn't agree with the singles being distributed. freely and other people making money other than the labels. But once that got shut down, it actually opened up a firestorm to where other distribution networks like at the time MySpace, DatPiff, Bandcamp would open up as people saw they can distribute their music physically. It opened up the internet so much more in terms of hip hop and mixtapes, and now that spread to Spotify streaming, um, and we it's changed the game a little bit because we don't see people doing like records on freestyle records as much. It's more about street albums like of course, Drake had put out a street album even, and it's different. It changed the distribution network a fair amount, but that's the way it's gone. Anyway, I'm out of time. Have a good one, and good night.